Ladies and gentlemen, the little girl that you see on my screen, her story is a little bit complicated for a lot of different reasons. But let me preface before I tell this baby's story that I say some things that sometimes people might not understand, and this story might have some details that might not sit well with your sensibilities. So if you need to exit, I understand, but that is your official disclaimer that sometimes I'll say some things that you just might not understand. But this little girl is missing, and I think we stand a very good chance of finding this little girl, okay? So I think a lot of us as content creators, those who care about children, can do a huge favor. I actually got this, what do you call that, Amber Alert on my phone when this little girl went missing. And it said San Antonio. I remember seeing it. So I'm thankful that the system works. This little girl is currently missing. There are a lot of details that they're not putting out there because the police are trying to use their resources and locate this little girl. Another really interesting thing is when I initially pulled up this story, the reward money for her safe return is $20,000 initially. I had somebody update me a couple of hours ago before we started and said that that number has now gone up to $75,000. That is a huge increase in reward money for her safe return. And I'm not going to lie, I think that's a great thing to reward people who step up and do the right thing. Let me give you some details. An update as of 8 p.m. a couple hours ago, the Islamic Center of San Antonio has increased the reward to $75,000. And I'm going to tell you, they are putting their money where their mouth is. I think this is an excellent use of resources. So kudos to them. An update as of 5:35 p.m., which was 3 hours prior to that, the Islamic Center of San Antonio increased the reward to $20,000. So that's a huge increase. Local law enforcement and the FBI are examining footage from multiple sources to try and find a missing 3-year-old girl. The San Antonio Police Department provided updates at a press conference Wednesday afternoon on the ongoing search for a little girl by the name of Lina, Sadar, Khil. And I don't like to say her last name. It is her last name. That's how you properly pronounce it. But nonetheless, let's move past that. Lina went missing Monday, December the 20th, from the playground at her family's apartment complex on the 9400 block of Fredericksburg Road. SAPD Chief William McManus said the first hours are very important in a missing persons case like this, but added time is passing quickly. Early on is very important, and unfortunately, I have to say the longer time lapses, the less hope we become, McManus said during a press conference, which I can understand that. Lina's family, this is the sad part. This little girl's family are actually refugees from Afghanistan who arrived in San Antonio in 2019, very recently. Lina's father, by the name of Sadar Khil, said Tuesday night, he said that he and his wife believe that she was abducted. McManus says they're still treating the case as a missing persons case and not an abduction. However, McManus adds that he did request the FBI's child abduction unit to just try to help in whatever resources that they can. Canines did pick up a scent when the search began Monday night, but lost it and haven't been able to pick it up since then. The Islamic Center of San Antonio is now offering a $75,000 reward. That is the current reward to anyone who provides information to help authorities find her. So let me give you guys the fair usage and I will let you hear the news videos. And again, as of right now, she's still missing, which is why this is super important. Let me also say that there are a lot of Facebook groups that focus on missing children. They are very huge groups. So if you guys get a chance, share this tonight, share it by tomorrow. The quicker we can spread this information like wildfire, maybe the quicker we can get a result, okay? So let's step up and do something for this baby. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
Our top story tonight, where is Lina Sadar Khil? The 3-year-old last seen at a playground at an apartment complex.
And y'all are saying she looks older than 3? Like, I love children around the age of 2 and 3 years old when they call them the terrible twos. I love children around that age. If you ask me, she looks like she's 3. She doesn't look like she's any older than that. But if you guys are watching, make sure you also, please, hit that thumbs up, because that will also help share this story, and you don't have to do a lot of work to do that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up if you're watching this, okay? Thank you.
More than 24 hours ago. Right now, San Antonio police and the FBI are using every resource to find her. All new tonight, a KENS 5 exclusive. Lina's father speaks out. Our interview was in Arabic, done through a translator. The father tells us his family moved here from Afghanistan 2 years ago. He says he and his wife were questioned for hours today. Eyewitness News reporter Henry Ramos joins us live from the apartment complex on the northwest side. And Henry, the father was distraught when you spoke with him tonight, and he's wanting his daughter home.
Wanting her home, Sharon, how and why are 2 questions the family is asking tonight. And through that translator, the father tells me he fears that his little girl may have been abducted. Though, to be clear, as of now, the FBI and police only listing Lina as missing. But an Amber Alert is in full effect right now. Well, tonight we spoke with the father just feet away from where his daughter vanished. The pain and emotion is too real for this father. He fell to the ground when asked what he misses most about his little girl. 3-year-old Lina Sadar Khil went missing near this apartment playground Monday night. No one has seen or heard from her since.
No.
The child's father spoke exclusively to KENS 5 through a translator. Ria Sadar Khil says he and his pregnant wife have not eaten or slept since Monday. Police say Lina went missing from this area in the Villas del Cabo apartment complex on Fredericksburg Road. She was outside playing in this area, then the mother couldn't find her. Much of Tuesday, from day to dark, FBI agents and San Antonio police searched apartments looking for the little girl.
Let's pause it right there. And this is why I love my live chat. So if you guys get a chance to type your thoughts, let me know what you really think. I did catch your comment. Somebody in the chat said they just let her play by herself. Look, I'm going to be real honest with you guys because I'm a fair person and I told you I might say some things. That was the first thing I thought when I heard this story, and I said, who lets their child play at this age unattended outside in a foreign area? Since 2019, you're talking about less than 24 months of living in this city, and you felt that comfortable to just leave your child outside? Matter of fact, if you're leaving Afghanistan for whatever reason, if you're talking about a refugee, I'm assuming maybe it was like in a conflict area, I would think, then you would think that your antennas would be on high alert, like your spidey sense would be tingling a little bit more than that, right? But I told you guys, that's what makes us different. I'm not going to sit here and be politically correct just for the hell of being politically correct. When we see something that's wrong, I think we need to call it out. I think that is a terrible judgment call on the mother. 3 years old? Are you kidding me? Look, let me be honest with you on another tip. My daughter at age 10, at age 12, at age 13 or 14, I don't even leave. Let me tell you guys this. I don't even leave my daughter unattended at age 14 in her current activities. Hello, y'all hear where I'm coming from? I don't even leave my 14-year-old daughter unattended at activities that she does, whether it be sports, whether it be a movie, whether it be going over friends. Nope, she's monitored even while being a teenager, let alone a child who is very small and 3 years old. Who leaves a 3-year-old outside to play in a foreign area? This country is foreign to you. The people and the culture are foreign to you. You can't be unfamiliar with the bullcrap that goes on in America because everybody around the world knows and hears about our news. Am I right or am I wrong? You don't ever come to this country and not know the type of dangers that exist here. Everybody understands that. Everybody understands that children are being taken, misused, and abused across the world. Is what I said fair or is that foul? I'm being very fair because I want to teach us to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Let me rewind. Let me let y'all hear what they reported. She was out playing by herself.
Little girl, 3-year-old Lina Sadar Khil went missing near this apartment playground Monday night. No one has seen or heard from her since.
No.
The child's father spoke exclusively to KENS 5 through a translator. Sadar Khil says he and his pregnant wife have not eaten or slept since Monday. Police say Lina went missing from this area in the Villas del Cabo apartment complex on Fredericksburg Road. She was outside playing in this area, then the mother couldn't find her.
The mom left her unattended. Now, can she make a lapse in judgment? Yes. But something in my head just thinks a mother and a father, I think you would have to have some level of common sense to know that that's probably not a smart thing to do. What if your child got attacked by a squirrel? Do y'all know squirrels have rabies? I was just watching some videos on YouTube recently. Remember, this is the teaching part. This is why people come here. I was just watching a video of a woman that was trying to save her little dog that got attacked by a stray pit bull. And then the woman couldn't fend the dog off because the pit bull kept trying to attack the little dog in her arms, jumping up and biting the dog. When an Amazon worker, another female, we'll talk about that another day, came into the rescue to shoo this dog off and allow this woman to flee, but left the female Amazon worker outside by herself. So who was supposed to protect her? I don't know. So a woman couldn't protect herself and had to be protected by another woman, and that woman was left to herself. That's a whole nother story. But my point is, what if a stray dog, how many stray dogs are outside? Animals could attack this little girl. She could fall and hurt herself. She could get abducted. I don't understand what type of responsible parent would ever leave their child unattended.
Much of Tuesday, from day to dark, FBI agents and San Antonio police searched apartments looking for the little girl. Here's what the translator said on behalf of Lina's father about today's massive search efforts.
The FBI police are coming here like any moment, and just they are asking us like different questions.
At first, the father thought his daughter could be with another Afghan family, but now that has changed. He believes someone may have taken her. And the family said,
why would he believe that his daughter might be with another Afghan family? Is San Antonio known for people from Afghanistan there who are refugees who come to San Antonio? I've never heard that. I think that's a bit weird, and I'm not trying to call the dad or the mom out totally. Just saying that does sound weird. What would make you think that? An abduction is an abduction. I don't give a damn who would have abducted my kid. It could have been another Afghani family. Like if my daughter got abducted, that's like me saying, it could have been another black person. What? Like me being a Christian, it could have been another Christian. Like, who cares? Find the kid. Search everybody.
It has been more than 24 hours since this little girl was last seen. 3-year-old Lina Sadar Khil disappeared about this time yesterday from a Northwest Side apartment complex where she and her family live.
And now both SAPD and the FBI are searching for her tonight. Our Jesse Degollado is live outside the Villas del Cabo apartments on Fredericksburg Road with the very latest. Jesse.
It's been almost 24 hours since the Amber Alert was issued for Lina Sadar Khil. Her mother had gone inside briefly, only when she returned to find that her 3-year-old daughter was gone. She'd been playing in the playground with some other families at this apartment complex. Now, I've confirmed that Lina and her family are among hundreds of Afghan refugees who've been coming to San Antonio since September. The executive director of the Center for Refugee Services told me, in fact, Lina Khil's family had just recently resettled here in San Antonio, and they were living in the apartment complex where she disappeared.
We don't know the family really well, but we know who they are. And like any big family with lots and lots of little kids, all of these children are precious to us.
As Constantino said, every missing child is everyone's missing child. She says it's very likely that her family is getting a lot of support from the Afghan community, which she tells me is very close-knit. No doubt Constantino says that Lina's family is scared on top of having already fled Afghanistan, but she says at least they can rest assured that unlike other countries, SAPD will be an ally, and she says they'll do everything they can to find their daughter Lina. If you have any information about what happened, you're urged to call SAPD's Missing Persons Unit. We're live here on Fredericksburg Road. Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
Patty reporting for us live from the scene. We really appreciate it. And we do know that the chief said moments ago that the search has not been expanded beyond San Antonio, which is usually a good sign. Hopefully it is. But of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on this. Now, we know that the community has really taken this very hard. The community there has been on edge, especially at the apartment complex where that little girl was last seen Monday.
Yeah, Alicia Barrera takes us inside the Villas del Cabo apartments on Fredericksburg Road, where neighbors tell us they're now worried about the safety of their own children.
The little girl that was here, she was playing right here when I came home from work. She was in a red dress.
Santana Jackson is a mom of 3 and frequently saw her neighbor, Lina Khil, playing outside.
This little girl plays with my 3-year-old.
Pause. 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 Ooh. I get so frustrated because I don't know if y'all heard what I heard. And the reason I call this out is because, like I said, I think that some of the things that I see is a little bit more unique than most people would see the first time around. Let me let y'all hear this stupid story again. She's playing all the time out there, and it makes me curious. Does she play all the time by herself out there? Let's hear that again.
Dress.
Santana Jackson is a mom of 3 and frequently saw her neighbor, Lina Khil, playing outside.
This little girl plays with my 3-year-old. I have a 3-year-old daughter.
But now it's an empty playground.
It's been
right here when I came home from work. She was in a red dress.
Santana Jackson is a mom of 3 and frequently saw her neighbor, Lina.
A mom of 3, no husband, no man, no family, just a bunch of kids running around. Nobody watching them.
Lina Khil playing outside.
This little girl plays with my 3-year-old. I have a 3-year-old daughter.
But now it's an empty playground and an eerily quiet complex. Neighbors at Villas del Cabo are on edge after 3-year-old Lina disappeared from this playground on Monday.
It makes me not want to have my kids come outside.
Her daughter Cora is.
Come outside by yourself. That's why you should have adult supervision. Right? Isn't that the point? Makes me never want to bring my kids outside. Like, what are you saying? You'll never take your kids outside? Or does that simply mean to use common sense and say, I'm not going to leave my 3-year-old child outside, unattended and alone, and can't really understand the culture of what's going on out here? Because things happen. That seems like a way more reasonable resolve rather than just saying, I'm never going to let my kids go outside. That's just stupid.
Complex. Neighbors at Villas del Cabo are on edge after 3-year-old Lina disappeared from this playground on Monday.
It makes me not want to have my kids come outside.
Next time, ma'am, skip the interview. It is optional. Nobody forced you to come outside, bring your daughter outside, and do the interview. just because you want to be seen and be heard, thought that was weird.
Daughter Cora is too young to realize her friend Lina never came home or why police knocked on every door, including theirs.
They wanted to come in, look inside the house, see if she was there. Then FBI came, and then they check in everybody's trunk, you know.
She says things have changed since she first moved to the apartment complex 6 months ago, and now she's ready to end her lease.
It has been strange people around here that I haven't seen before. That's why the apartment put a curfew.
It's strange people around your apartment complex. Guess what, ma'am? Please, first of all, never let this woman do another interview. Okay? Never let her do another interview. No matter where you go, big city, small city, country, rural area, if you go to planet Mars or Pluto or Jupiter, there's going to always be some strange people. I'm sure there's some aliens out there that'll come visit your planet if you move to another planet, right? Just saying. There's strange people everywhere you go. There's strange people in Walmart. There's strange people at the gas station. I just think what she said is just totally irresponsible and just uneducated. It's just not... I think she just wanted to be heard.
There's a curfew. The kids are supposed to be in by 7.
That mom, without a doubt, is so worried. She's asking parents to please keep a close eye on their child. We heard from Chief McManus earlier, who says surely no parent, after hearing the story, is leaving their child, especially at that age, without any supervision. Jackson also asked the apartment complex to put surveillance cameras up around the area, as right now there aren't any, perhaps some in the front. So again, that is what police is looking into now, to see if anyone has any video footage of when Lina disappeared. But again, parents just worried if this could happen to their child. Reporting live, Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
First at 5, a breaking news update on the search for 3-year-old Lina Khil. She's the little girl who disappeared from a Northwest Side apartment complex playground Monday night. She is still missing.
Now, what we know is that today a $10,000 reward has been put out to help find her. It's being funded by the Islamic Center. Also, just about 2 minutes ago, police...
That reward is actually up to $75,000 right now. So correction, $75,000. It's changed.
Chief William McManus gave us a live update. Our Patty Santos joins us now live from Public Safety Headquarters with the latest. Now, Patty, the police chief spoke for about 10 minutes or so. What's the latest?
This is near Fredericksburg and Wurzbach Road. But again, no good news tonight. She is still missing, but the police chief thanking the community that has been helping with reaching out to the neighbors there and to the neighborhoods.
I'm Vanessa Croy. First at noon, the search for a missing 3-year-old is intensifying today on the Northwest Side. An Amber Alert went out Monday night for Lina Sadar Khil. Lina and her family came to Texas from Afghanistan as refugees in 2019. Eyewitness News reporter Zach Briggs is live with what we know so far about that massive search effort today. Zach?
Well, at this point, the family is just desperate to have their little girl back home with them. Lina was last seen Monday around 5 p.m. at this apartment complex off of Fredericksburg. And as you can see, police still on scene here, establish a checkpoint for those that come in and out of the complex. Now, this is a nonstop search. San Antonio Police and the FBI are among the agencies working 24/7 to find Lina. Authorities say there were other children and adults at the apartment playground area when she went missing. Now, Chief McManus says police have identified most of those people. Investigators are looking for any video feeds that could show who was on the property Monday afternoon. Now, KENS 5 did speak with Lina's father yesterday, who believes she may have been abducted, but again, police indicating at this time that she is missing. No word on whether she's been taken by somebody. Now, Lina was last seen wearing a black jacket, red dress, and black shoes. Now, she also has straight shoulder-length hair, last seen wearing a ponytail.
Helping story we're following at this hour.
And this is the last video, and then I'll give you guys my closing thoughts on this particular story.
A desperate search goes on for a 3-year-old who disappeared just days away from Christmas.
Now, San Antonio police just released new pictures of Lina Khil. Here she is, and just take a good look at that little girl. Investigators believe that someone kidnapped her late yesterday afternoon from a playground in her apartment complex on Fredericksburg Road. Now, Jesse Degollado is at that scene now with the latest. And Jesse, what can you tell us about this?
SAPD has not given us any update other than those new photos you just saw of that missing little girl. Although at a briefing this morning, Police Chief William McManus made it perfectly clear.
We have every available asset in the police department working on this case right now.
Starting with an Amber Alert issued soon after 7:15 last night. Lina Sadar Khil, the 3-year-old girl with a ponytail, was wearing a black jacket, a red dress, and black shoes. The chief says she was in a playground at the apartment complex between 5 and 6 yesterday afternoon with some other families when her mother went inside for a few minutes. But when she came back, Lina was gone. Police weren't notified, however, until about an hour later. Officers then searched all night. A police canine was brought in. Was gone. Police weren't notified, however, until about an hour later. Officers then searched all night. However, until about an hour later. Officers then searched all night. I'm
gonna rewind that again. Let me see if y'all catch this. Yes, it's dark by 5 p.m. in Texas. We're gonna talk about that.
Was gone. Police weren't notified, however, until about an hour later.
Did y'all hear that? That makes me even more suspicious.
Back, Lina was gone. Police weren't notified, however, until about an hour later.
Police were not notified until an hour later. Why? Your kid was outside. Now you don't see your kid. Why would you need to wait an hour to call 911 and report it? To call the authorities and ask for help. I would think that if you've been in America since 2019, you understand the way that 911 works. I don't know if 911, that type of system, is a worldwide thing, if every country has that type of system. I think most do have an emergency system. But I think that when you move to America and you live in America, you should understand that 911 is a system that you should use in the case of an emergency. And if you don't know that, then I don't understand how you are a parent in charge of children in America. Am I being too harsh? An hour? And it's dark by 5 p.m. in Texas. We'll get there.
Officers then searched all night. A police canine was brought in. The police chopper was flown over the area. Officers also knocked on nearly 300 apartment doors where Lina's family lives, talked to possible witnesses, but also at last word, no one reported seeing Lina taken. Even so, SAPD is handling this as an abduction. They even planned on searching nearby apartment complexes. The FBI also has been called in.
This goes on 24 hours a day, what we're doing right now, and we will continue this until hopefully we find Lina.
The chief says anyone with information should call SAPD Missing Persons at 210-207-7660. Now, Lina's family is among the hundreds of Afghan refugees who settled here in San Antonio. And in fact, I'm told that Lina's family had just recently resettled here in San Antonio. We'll have more about that coming up at 6. For now, we're live outside the apartment complex where Lina disappeared on Fredericksburg Road. Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
Man, look, I know I'm probably going to get some nasty emails after this one. But look, I'm being honest. And the reason I have to be honest and speak about what I know and what I see is because if we do that and have more honest conversations about these stories, then what I believe is that we can prevent these things from happening. First and foremost, we have to keep parents accountable for the bad decisions that they make. You guys remember the story about the mom that said that her kid was stolen out of a driveway because they allegedly left the child in there while they were taking in groceries, and then come to find out the mom was lying about that? Y'all remember that story? It's still on the channel. You can check it out and look at it. I think it is the most irresponsible thing that you can do. And if you're at home with the child, your number one thing that you have to do, especially in a new country, so that means that this girl probably spent her birth life in Afghanistan and moved here and spent the last 2 years being a resident of San Antonio. You are brand new here. You're brand new child. I wouldn't leave a pair of brand new shoes outside, let alone my brand new child. Ooh, let's think about that for a moment. We talk about we love our children more than anything on planet Earth. And I want y'all to think about this. Think about this. If somebody like me had a brand new pair of shiny Jordans, would I take them out there and leave them on the basketball court just for a few minutes? Or would I expect for my shoes to come up missing, knowing that those shoes are highly valued in our society? Just like children and children abduction and the nasty black market trade of the sex industry with children, babies, knowing that that's prevalent in this country. Would I ever take my eye off my 3-year-old child? No, and never. That is irresponsible on the mother's part, and if nobody wants to call that out, then fine, I guess I'll be the only person that does it. But that doesn't excuse the fact that we still have a missing child. There's still an opportunity to find her, and I'm going to have high hopes with a $75,000 reward, which might end up growing even further than that. Let's hope that they find this kid. They put out the Amber Alert. I got it to my phone. Make sure you guys pay attention to these Amber Alerts. If something happens, you need to call 911, right? Learn this country's language. Learn this country's customs. Learn the issues that are in this country. When you go visit abroad and go to different countries, most people know, oh yeah, I heard that they like to kidnap tourists and like to rob them. Most people, before they go visit a place for vacation, at least understand the dangers, let alone completely relocating. Am I right or am I wrong? When you completely relocate, the place that you relocate to, you have some idea about where you're moving. And if you have an idea that that place has some level of danger to your children, you'd be even more careful. And that's all I'm asking, so that this situation doesn't happen again. We're talking about preventative. So yes, we're going to get onto the parents just a little bit, so that when we do find Lina, that she is never missing again. Her story should never happen again, let alone other children, because we all have to work together to make sure and keep an eye on our children, watch them. If you see something, say something, call the authorities immediately, okay? Let's pray for her safe return. We find her, and this story has a happy ending. That's what I believe. Make sure you guys share the story, hit the thumbs up, share it, click that link, post it out there. Let's find this little girl. Let's turn this L into a W for Texas, okay? Thank you.